Yeah.
Awesome, you guys. Now, is anyone's first time out here in the Everglades?
Yeah.
Going tam kaçıyor?
With the airboat?
Yeah.
Ha? Yürü biraz.
Yeah.
Yes, they're behind. Up top. I don't like it.
Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. If you guys can hear me, make some noise.
Yeah.
All right, now that I know everyone's awake down there, we're gonna get a little distance from the dock, and I will be sharing a few fun facts about this boat with you guys. Before I now kick back and relax, we are in the Everglades. Touch anything out there today? Please be very careful what you're touching. Got some vultures on this tree here to the left.
Oh yeah. They're small.
Now I'll tell you guys a little bit about vultures a little bit further along. But the Everglades does consist of 5,000 square miles. It is 100 miles long and 50 miles wide. The natives used to call it the endless river of grass. As you guys look down this canal and all around you, you'll probably see exactly why. Now, you guys did hear me correctly. I did say river. A common misconception about the Everglades is that it is a swamp. This is incorrect. It is actually North America's shallowest and slowest running river. Now, these canals we're going to be traveling on today were dug out by the Army Corps of Engineers in the early 1900s, and the purpose was to really drain the water from the Everglades out into the ocean so we could build more farmland and business. Now, the governor of Florida at the time said if we could accomplish this, our economy would boom. But you never have to prove that point, because as you guys can see, we are still floating on quite a lot of water. So it was a failed attempt. And nowadays, the Everglades are protected. Now, if you guys look to the sides, you're going to see these beautiful lily pad looking plants. Now, these are called spatterdock. And the main difference between a lily pad and a spatterdock is just that a lily pad is more circular in shape. Now, these bad boys are shaped like heart. Now, you guys, we all know the Everglades is a very beautiful place, even if you've never been here before. But what people tend to forget is that the Everglades is also a very dangerous place. Now, if you guys were stranded out here, and you would notice that some of these have a hole where the stem meets the leaf, that means there's a little worm feeding its way through the stem. And if you were stranded out here, like I said, you could pull this plant out of the water, split this stem down the middle, and that's Here to the left we have another vulture. Now this is a black vulture. A black vulture has a gray featherless head and an all black body, as we can see here. Now the other vulture we have out here is the turkey vulture, where there's a lot of bacteria and infection. So this is the bird's natural response to fighting off any bacteria and or infection from forming on the head. Now, you guys, it is also Florida, and it's usually pretty hot out here as well, so it does help them with heat regulation too. Most people think vultures must carry a lot of disease, but this is actually pretty incorrect. Alright guys, we are taking off. Hold on tight. Alright guys, now if you look straight into the water, you're going to see we're in probably 2 feet of water, so keep your eyes down low as well as up top. Now, gators love to hide in the grass. Now, I never guarantee we will be fighting a gator because these guys kind of do what they want when they want. But you guys, we will be trying our best to find one, so keep those eyes peeled. Now, coming up to the right is what we call Jesse's Trail. This is the reason we call Everglades Holiday Park the gateway to the Everglades, because we do house Jesse's Trail right here at the park. Now, guys, once you are looking directly down this trail, you are facing directly west. There is nothing beyond this point besides what you see here, which is water and grass all the way down to the west coast of Florida. for some of the smaller fish out here. Now, of course, the bigger fish are in struggle now to get into the thicker, denser parts of this spattered dock. But they're going to get tangled up in chasing any of the smaller fish that can easily evade them in this big old jungle of stems pretty much down there. Hey guys, as we cruise along, please make sure you are looking in there. You will be seeing some of these fish, and I do see turtles every now and then swimming around there, so make sure you are looking. Now besides that, the crazy fact about this spatter dock is that it only grows 6 feet. This plant is not even fully grown in most of the areas we've been in. Now, the Everglades is naturally anywhere from a ½ inch of water up to 10 feet of water. Now, once the canals were dug, those canals can go down up to 200 feet. Now I got a gator up ahead, let's go check him out. Left side, he's coming your way first, and then right side, I'll be spinning around for you. Now, if you guys look at those boats, now all this tall grass we're seeing around us is called cattail grass, and this cattail grass does take quite a long time to decompose. It takes about 9 months after it initially dies to fully decay. Now, that's quite a problem, being this is the lightning capital of the world. If lightning was to strike a dead patch of this grass, it would burn till there is nothing left to burn. Now, we do have controlled fires out here in the Everglades where we try to minimize the damages done by the wild ones. But, of course, you can never predict what or where a wildfire will happen, so you can just try to prepare. Well, so far it has been pretty effective, and thanks to these controlled fires, we still have an Everglades to come check out. Look over there in the distance in the sky, you'll see a bunch of vultures circling something. Hey guys, we're making our way to the next area, which I like to call the River of Lilies. Now guys, the reason I call it the River of Lilies is because when I was training to be a captain, I would sit down there where you guys are at. Now, only not on the half comfortable seats, but the really uncomfortable one on the side. But anyway, part of the story is, when I would sit down there and the captains would drive past this part of the tour, and they would for a second just let my side glide over the spatter dock, it would almost feel like I was floating in a river of lilies. And guys, I've always liked to mimic that on my tours, so guys, please enjoy what I like to call the River of Lilies.